Okay, so now let us come to question number 19. This question is one of the better questions of this paper, and it involves some concepts from the chapter of this is quite a rare situation that it involves some concepts from the subject of permutation and combination from mathematics in organic chemistry, right? So that is a surprising thing, but it's a fantastic, very good question. Let us try to understand the question first, and then let's try and solve it. The question says a tetrapeptide has COOH group on alanine. Alanine is an amino acid. This means the tetrapeptide produces glycine, valine, phenylalanine, that is PHE, and alanine on complete hydrolysis. Okay. First of all, let us quickly remind ourselves what is a peptide linkage. First of all, what is an amino acid? An amino acid is NH2 group between which there can be certain groups which will be different for different amino acids, and at the end there will be a COOH group. Okay, and this in between thing can be different for different amino acids, which basically generates the different kind of amino acids. So this is one of the amino acids. Let us say we have another amino acid, NH2. Let me rewrite it again. This is an amino acid with something in between followed by a COOH group. We again have an amino acid, NH2, followed by something in between with a COOH group at the end, right? And now when this H2O is removed from here, what we get is NH2, C double bond O, NH with something in between, C double bond O, OH. Okay, so this thing over here, this C double bond O, NH linkage, this particular linkage is called your peptide linkage. This is what a peptide linkage means, when two amino acids join together by the mechanism of H2O removal, okay, dehydration. So this is a peptide linkage. Now, as per the IUPAC convention, in a peptide, the COOH group must be on the right hand side and the NH2 group must be on the left hand side. Okay, and since it is a tetrapeptide, in the question we have been given a tetrapeptide, this means that 4 such different amino acids are coming together and are getting joined together. Okay, 4 amino, this is what I have shown over you is the coming together and association of 2 amino acids. So with that we are getting a single peptide. In a tetrapeptide there would be 4 such amino acids which would be joined to each other, and those 4 amino acids in the question has been given as glycine, valine, phenylalanine and alanine. These are the 4 amino acids which we have been given. Okay, and it says in a tetrapeptide what would happen is, in any peptide there will be a chain in between, and the COOH group would be at the extreme and the NH2 group would be at one extreme. Okay, this is what is going to be the arrangement like. Now it says that this, so basically what the question is trying to tell is that there are basically 4 positions. Okay, and in those 4 positions there are 4 orders, and in these 4 orders we have to arrange 4 amino acids. Those 4 amino acids are G, which stands for glycine, let's call it GLY, and VAI, which stands for valine, and PHE, which stands for phenylalanine, and finally we have ALA, which stands for alanine. Okay, now it says that the COOH group in the question, it says, is on alanine. So this means that this particular position is fixed, and over here we can only have alanine. That is, we have one possibility for this position. Fine. It further says that the NH2 group is attached to a chiral center. So amongst the 4 amino acids, one of the amino acids is already gone at this particular position. 3 are left, and the NH2 group, it says, is attached to a chiral center. Now we know that amongst the given acids, this glycine is non-chiral. So this means this glycine cannot come on position number, let us call it position number some P1. Let me give this position the name of P1. So this glycine cannot come on this position. So what are the possibilities I have for this position? I have only these 2 possibilities, that is valine or phenylalanine. So I can occupy this position in 2 ways, and the remaining 2 positions can be filled up with any 2 of the acids. So this position can again be filled in 2 ways, and this position in 1 way. So that gives me a total of 2 into 2, that is 4 possibilities. So the correct answer for this question will be equal to 4. And that finally brings us to the last question. The total number of lone pair of electrons in melamine. Now this is a simple NCERT structure based question. If you know the structure of melamine, so this is the structure of melamine, and you can easily count the number of lone pairs over here. 1 lone pair, I'll call it 1, and 2 lone pair, this is the second one, this is the third lone pair, I'll call it 3, this is the fourth lone pair, I'll call it 4, the fifth lone pair, and the sixth lone pair. If you have read NCERT, you will know this structure and you can easily count the lone pairs. So the correct answer for this question is 6. So that was the complete solution and discussion of paper 1 of IIT JEE 2013 Chemistry Advanced. To watch more videos of mine, stay tuned in to edupediaworld.com. Thank you very much. I will take your leave.